Hello, my fellow Geeklings. Welcome, welcome. And if you're new, you've come to the right place. In this episode, we are on 6 of this tutorial series. I'm going to be showing you how to take everything we've done prior, from modeling to animating the SciFi door, to bringing it into Unreal. So Blender to Unreal. First things first, let me just show you. This is what we have. And now we're going to be taking it over to Unreal. You have to select your mesh, hold shift and select your armature or rig. And then we're going to go to File, Export, FBX. You're going to choose the file that you want to bring it into. You're going to see here it's named SciFi door. I'm going to click in the front and do capital SK for skeletal mesh for the SciFi. I do this because I bring in the skeletal mesh first and then the animation. So that way, normally people have like a bunch of animation sequences in one timeline. So this makes it easier for if you want to do more stuff with the door. Maybe you have it like where it's jammed and it's like constantly like opening and closing super quick. Or if it's like stuck in one spot, you could do that. And you bring in the skeletal mesh first, and then you'll have a bunch of little animation sequences after that. So SK underscore SciFi door. Then we're gonna do selected objects only, because we don't wanna bring in our scale reference. And then we're gonna click on mesh, hold shift to click on the armature, because those are the only two things we want. We're gonna scroll down, we're gonna click off animation, go into our armature and click off add leaf bones. And then we're going to hit export. Then with everything still selected, file, export, FBX, and then we're going to rename this into capital AS for animation sequence SciFi door. Everything's still the same, except for we go down here and click animation, click the drop down, and deselect the NLA strips and all actions. Because sometimes in a scene, you'll have multiple different props that have different animations, and you don't want to bring everything in. You just want to focus on this one armature with this one sequence. So yeah, all you have to do is just hit export. Now let's go over to Unreal and bring that over. Okay, so we are trying to bring in our assets now. And what I have with me is the SK underscore SciFi door, which is the skeletal mesh. I will drag and drop and bring this in. I will click off the animations. I will keep this to none because we are setting our skeletal mesh. So we want to import mesh, skeletal mesh, have it at 1 because that's the scale that I had it to the Blender scene. And then we want to import. As you can see, it'll come with a physics asset and a skeletal asset. What I like to do is rename this. So I'll get rid of skeleton on the end, and then I'll just do EL for skeleton. And then this, I will get rid of physics asset and just rename the beginning of this to PA. There we go. And what we want to do, so if I bring this in right now, scale looks correct, but you notice there's a gap. There's like this huge gap around here that I can't get to the door. That's because of the colliders. So what we want to do is click on this, and as you can see, that's that big gap that I had. So I actually want to click this. I want to set it to, it'll be capsule, but set it to box, and if I remember correctly, it's at 20. I set mine to 10, so I'm going to do regenerate bodies. Regenerate body. and regenerate body. But as you can see, everything's a box now, but these things, like the doors, are actually slanted. So I actually turned off my rotating snap to where I could just try to make it as straight as possible, about there. And then I'll grab the other one and I'll straighten it out as well. But what you're also gonna notice is that we have a collider over the entire door. So even if these doors were open and we try to walk through it, you won't be able to, because this thing is gonna be blocking you. So what I would like to do is just delete that and then save. So now, when we go to our door, at least we can get right up to it. So now let's bring in our animation. So our AS underscore sci-fi door, we're gonna drag and drop. And you're gonna see the same stuff come up. We are gonna check off to false the import mesh and skeletal mesh, because we already have one in here. We're looking for this scale underscore sci-fi door, which we have scale underscore sci-fi door. If it doesn't automatically come up for you, you would click this and you would actually type in SKEL underscore, and then it should pop up. So then you want to click that. Then we're going to do exported time. It'll automatically, I'm just going to show you what happens. It'll automatically say 1, and if you import it, it looks like it's not even there. But when you click it, you realize it's there. It's just super, super tiny. And if you were to continue using this asset, so if I click on this asset in the scene and I change this animation mode to animation asset and drag and drop in this thing's gonna shrink down to size. It looks like it's gone, but it's just down by 100%. So what we're gonna do is delete this. Make sure you're in your content browser to delete. It's just saying that it was referenced to your sci-fi door, but just do force delete. We are going to bring this back in. So our AS underscore sci-fi door, drag and drop. We're going to uncheck the import mesh. Make sure it's the scale underscore sci-fi door, exported time. We're going to change this to 100. It's the whole conversion between like millimeters to centimeters and stuff like that from Blender to Unreal. So now it's working and it looks like it's the right size and everything. So we're going to save that. We're going to exit out of that. And now when I click on this door and drag and drop our animation, it's looping and playing. So let's now hit. Yay! And you're able to run through it. And you can't go past the door panels. So yay, we did it! Pat yourselves on the back, because I know this has been a little ride so far. So next video, I'm going to show you how to take the cube that we made prior that's interactable and have it to where it's a button now that'll activate our door to where it'll open and close it. So please like and subscribe and stay tuned for more videos. Bye!